And that song you were just listening to, Formation, has been at the center of controversy. Beyonce took the stage last night at NRG. She'll do it again in September as part of her Formation tour. Members of the Coalition of Police and Sheriffs, or COPS, gathered with signs in peaceful protest. They're upset about her Super Bowl performance of her song Formation. Members of the group COPS believe the music video is anti-police. Performances across the country have drawn similar protests. As a result, some officers have refused to provide her protection during her performances, but that wasn't the case with Houston Police. The president of the Houston Police Officers Union says her message is not anti-police, but anti-police brutality. Controversy surrounding Beyonce. That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you. You can weigh in on our Fox 26 Facebook page. Just post your comments on our page's wall there, or you can send a tweet. You can tweet me at Sally Mack, Fox 26, or you can use the hashtag Fox26forlife. Joining us live in our newsroom today is our panel, led by our senior legal analyst, Chris Tridico. We have Democratic media consultant Mustafa Tamiz and Republican strategist and public policy analyst Jackie Valley. Happy Mother's Day, Jackie.
Happy Mother's Day to the guys.
You
too, Sally.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. All right, so is this controversy much ado about nothing, or why is Beyonce so polarizing?
I think it's absolutely much ado about nothing. I mean, go back to that Super Bowl, and Jackie and I watched that thing. I had, we came in the next day or the next week. I had absolutely no idea it was even a controversy until the day after the Super Bowl. It just won't go away. I admire Ray Hunt, the president of the Houston Police Officers Union, who said we don't have a problem with Beyonce. She doesn't have a problem with police officers. She has a problem with police violence. And as long as she doesn't come out and make a statement directly attacking police, we don't have a problem with her, and we will protect her. I have a great deal of respect for what he said and the fact that they stood up and said that about her, Mustafa. I just think this controversy needs to go away. I don't think she did anything wrong.
Well, there's a lot of controversy now that we wonder when we turn on our television why they're even there, and this is one of them. And I agree with you. Ray Hunt is not a wallflower. Ray Hunt is somebody who's advocated for police not just here in Houston but across the country. And if he thought there was something wrong with it, we would know. And the fact that he is not only standing down but asking his other officers to do that means a whole lot.
Well, I think the reason why it keeps coming up is because she's such a successful artist. I think she's absolutely brilliant at marketing, almost as good as Donald Trump, actually. And with her new album, Lemonade, that's been out, she set another record. I mean, this is a sixth album that's hit #1, and she's the first artist to set that record, having six #1 in a row. Yes.
Set a record for a record?
Set a record for a record, and that's exactly what she did. So I think whenever you have someone that's as successful as she is, and is very brilliant at marketing, you're going to have people who look at her message closely. As you mentioned, I thought her Super Bowl performance was a tribute to Michael Jackson. It wasn't until others...
I didn't even know that.
I mean, I remember looking at it thinking, what a great tribute to Michael Jackson. And then, of course, others started saying that they thought it was something else. She has not really said anything anti-police in any of her songs, in any of her statements, and she's usually, up until this point, been a positive figure and someone positive to look at. So I think this will go away eventually because she will continue on that positive path.
She did an interview in Elle Magazine after this started and clarified and said it wasn't an attack on police. She said, I was just making a statement about all the violence that has been associated with policing.
Yeah, a lot of people, talk about politically correctness, and in this election cycle, we've seen a lot that we shouldn't be politically correct, and therefore, I think this is one of those manufactured controversies to try to make a point, and we all need to kind of come together, especially with Beyonce. She is a local celebrity, she's an international celebrity, she's someone who's done well, and she's done a lot for Houston.
All right, let's go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the group first who was protesting last night. This is their Facebook page, the local COPS group, which is a coalition of police officers and sheriffs. Do we have that page? There we go. Okay, they say that this protest was of course peaceful. They shined this blue searchlight over the top of NRG Stadium last night, and they were holding signs that say, All lives matter, even the police. Police lives matter, that sort of thing. Okay, we're going to go to Twitter now and take a look at a couple of the tweets that were out there from the concert. You can see J.J. Watt actually signed a jersey for Beyonce. This was a retweet that the Texans put out, but that the Queen Bee is in the house. Welcome back to Houston, Beyonce. And Larissa says, today was my first concert. It was amazing. Queen Bee will always slay. Y'all didn't go to the show?
No.
This is the first one I've missed, actually.
Really?
I've usually seen her in concert.
Yeah.
She's pretty good.
Yeah.
Costumes looked cool. They looked amazing.
I have to get up so early, and I'm so old. No, I missed it. I missed it. I mean, I don't go to concerts anymore. I'm too old for that. You know, it seems to me that this is a statement about where we are as a society, that we look for issues to be mad about.
Well, you know, what really is disheartening for me is originally when the Black Lives Matter, this new version of the Black Lives Matter movement came, it became black versus police, which really was disheartening for me, because I think just because you're a black person does not mean you have to be anti-police. And people were saying now, because she's doing an anti-police brutality, they're interpreting that as anti-police as well. And it is a statement of where we are as a country with race relations, and where we are with a lot of things, with policies. Because just because you're saying in her case that she does not accept police brutality does not mean she's anti-police. And I think also with the Black Lives Matter movement, just because you're concerned about violence within your black community does not mean you have to be anti-police.
I mean, it just seems that there ought to be a way that somebody can make a statement that it doesn't turn into a national controversy, that we're always looking for something to be mad about.
And that's why leadership is important. And so what Ray Hunt said and what Houston Police Department is doing goes a long way, because if we don't have grown-ups, basically you have this public bickering and manufactured crises. And what Ray Hunt's doing, what the Houston Police Department doing, makes a lot of sense, and being the most diversity and having a police force like this goes a long way forward.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. We'll be back in about 15, 20 minutes with another really good topic.